Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Stream Rolled. Picking up where we left off last time with our group of adventurers plus their hiring manager. Do all this in one take, can't you tell? And in the woods, they've lost part of their tent, they've lost their cart, and they're what they think is about half a day, maybe slightly more than half a day's travel from the town of Honeywell. And that dead air would have been the cue for all of the other players to chip in and start talking, but nobody has filled the time yet. So I that to myself. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube. The videos go up on a Monday. And hello to everyone.
Ahem. Apologies, I had frog in throat. But yeah, Yaka's staring dejectedly down at the remnants of the tent. Well, at least weather is nice. We can sleep under stars. It will be nice.
I prefer to sleep under the stars anyway.
Back to the old school.
You said you wanted to load this anyway, right? Gidak?
Oh, well, I'd suggest, since we can't carry all of it, as you pointed out, we can carry some, that we dig a big hole, bury what we can't carry, get everything back to town, find ourselves a carpenter, come back, have a fixed cart, and then bring everything back. That's an extra day to our journey, but so be it.
Well, it is your stuff and your call. You're paying for the time. Anyway, I would help you dig hole, but digging holes is dwarf thing. I will go. I don't know, hunt us some lunch.
I resent that, Yeka.
But I mean, you have perfect tools. Look at those big hands.
I don't think I have a shovel. Does anybody have a shovel?
I do not have a shovel.
I mean, as much as I like playing in the dirt, I don't really want to be scraping up a huge hole.
Yeka starts rooting around in his backpack. No, I have scimitar.
Well, maybe we're not going to be able to dig a hole then.
I mean, maybe we can. Yeka's gonna look around. Are there any sort of like this big log over here? Can we see this?
Yes.
Does it look like it's hollow?
Yes.
And then maybe we can stick some things inside the log and cover it up, make it look unobtrusive.
That'll work. Let's load off and move on.
Right, you are.
It's better than my idea. Alternatively, we could string things up in the tree, sort of like when you're hiding food from a bear. But I think the hollowed out log is probably better.
It's classic.
To agree.
Use do as child.
We have a few hours till daylight. Does anyone want to sleep, or should we set off now?
Well, I am a little groggy, but equally, we have no tent. Well, just the one. We can all snuggle. What do you want to do, Kidak? I'm feeling well. We can march.
Everyone can see in the dark, right?
I can.
I think it's probably best then if we just pack down and set off. We don't want to risk running into any more of them goblins, ogres. Now there's talk of bears.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Yeka's gonna get on with
I will
packing
help
stuff
with the
down.
stashing.
Yeah. loading up the
I'll,
horse.
I'll start helping to offload things that we're not carrying and putting it in the stump.
So you managed to get to your carrying capacity from the goods that Kidak is moving. Now, this being the first time you've opened the barrels beyond to what do look to be sufficient rations to get you most of, if not all of, the way to the Spice Gate. There's also mostly metal gear that he's shifting. There's a lot of refined brass products. They look like they would have been made in the Dwarven city, not too far away. So reasonably valuable. He has tucked the war gem away on himself, which is without a doubt the most valuable thing that you're traveling with. And it takes an hour or so to get everything down, salvage what you can, get everything hidden so that you're happy that no one is going to uncover it. And by the time you do, the sun is just threatening to edge over the horizon, so it's gotten to the coldest part of the night. At about 4, maybe 5 degrees C. And you set off trudging through the woods for a while the half light, and maybe 2 hours after that, once the sun has fully risen, you find yourself coming upon an open clearing from the west side. There is a fallen tree with a very shiny looking axe embedded in it.
Raise my brow.
Oh, that looks like a nice tool to just leave out here. Yeka's going to walk up and take a closer look at it.
So, walking up to inspect the item, Yeka, you would recognize almost instantly that the runes down the length of the blade are written in giant.
Hmm. Is it a giant axe? Or is it a regular sized axe?
It's a large axe, but it's not an axe for a giant.
Well, these runes here, they look like a giant language. But it's not axe for giant. Unless it's tiny giant.
Well,
Do giant babies use axes?
I've never
Not if their
seen
parents are careful.
I've never seen a giant baby, but I know stone giants are notoriously good metal workers, and fire giants treat their art as their whole personality. Really, you ever sit down with one of them, and they will spend 6 years of your life talking about how they heat coal to just the right temperature.
Does no? I'm sorry. I'll ask when you're done.
Even even as a man who likes his trade and likes to talk about his trade, they are awfully dry.
Well, not a lot of moisture in fire plane, right?
No, not a lot of moisture in the mountains either, so. But, Fergal, I interrupted you. Fulgar, even. Fulgar.
Yes. I was just saying. I'm not too knowledgeable on axes, and I can't quite tell if this is a weapon of sorts or if it's more of a wood axe.
Well, I mean, it's stuck in tree.
Yeah, but I mean, I could stick a sword in a tree. That doesn't mean it's a cutting tool.
Well, yes, but look at tree. I mean, it certainly do job.
It does
Again.
look to be a lumber axe, but it has a second head on the back of it, which would kind of suggest it's it's a utilitarian tool that is used for both.
Multi-purpose. So it's Swiss Army axe.
You can compare it to mine, which is pure murder. It's not
Well,
the same.
I mean, yours looks a lot more hefty than this one. which I find intriguing if this is a giant's axe.
What do the runes in giant say? Because I think I can speak giant. I can. What do you mean?
Carved down the length of the twisting bar. That now that you've come closer to it, you can see. Unusually, it's made out of a stone material rather than a timber material. There's no grain in it, but written in a spiral down the length says, "Battle here was fought against many saplings. The area is corrupt, and the trees are alive."
Okay, well, guys, I hate to cause a minor panic, but X says trees are alive. And evil, and apparently great battle was fought here. Perhaps against three.
Trees
I
being
mean,
alive isn't really news.
yeah, no, I have encountered one in a long time ago. It was not fun. It fell right on me. I thought I was going to die, like straight up. It was not cool. Just saying, we should probably be careful as we move through here, because that, whatever did that, is
Yeah.
probably going to be nasty. I
I
think we
bet
move
too
and
much.
just don't look directly at any of the trees. Try not to make well, eye contact. You know,
I'm gonna
head
make
down.
direct eye contact with the axe. You said it looks like it's carved out of stone, or
Yes, the handle of the axe is carved of stone.
yeah. Can I tell what kind of stone it is?
Uh, do you have stone cunning? Is that a thing you get as a dwarf?
Yeah, I have the stone cunning. I want to know
Okay.
if like the stone is of any significance for this area or this axe or in relation to whatever Yek is talking about.
It is the same kind of gypsum mix that would be the stones from this area. It's unusual in the sense that it doesn't have any markings on it, though because of its shape, it's clearly been machined in some way.
Okay.
You know, the stylization on the hilt and the span of the axe handle have been cut in such a way that would suggest it's been run through a lathe, though there's no marks on it other than the very neat spiralized carving that runs down the length of the.
Fine piece of work, and I'm not detecting anything that would suggest this is from another area.
No,
So
I think his memorial. Probably someone come here and have a great battle with lots of evil trees and leave this as marking, is what it says.
Well,
you're not finding any names
Memorial
on
or
them? Is it
warning.
just war memorial?
I don't know. I don't. There could be more danger. Yak is going to turn and like look at, just have a look around at the surrounding trees. See if they look threatening.
the one directly to your northwest is swaying the opposite direction to the rest.
Hey guys, that tree is not. It's not swishing right. I think
Winter
we have
day.
problem.
Well, we should
Uh,
probably avoid that tree then.
Yeah, that one there. I'm pointing right at it. It's like 10 feet away from us. I think we should maybe back away slowly, not take eyes off tree. Which is exactly what Yak is going to do.
I'll start circling this trunk. Is there a? Can we like how dry rotted is the tree on the ground? Like, is it dead for a while?
It's dead for a while. Izzy, your passive perception of 13 would tell you that there is a glint of gold in the base of the rotted trunk.
Can you see that glinting? I will point to where the gold is.
I was more distracted by obviously sinister tree, but what kind of gold?
Metallic.
Well, yes, but I mean, what is it? Gold pieces or what is inside of tree made of gold? What you see, Izzy?
You keep an eye on the shifty tree, and I will duck down and have a look.
Okay, I cover you.
Okay, so ducking down and looking in, there is an open bag with maybe 50 gold pieces in there, and just from a cursory glance, you can see the dates on them go back like a smattering of different years over over the course of the last 50 or so.
Ooh. 50 gold pieces with dates on them going back.
No, a bag of gold pieces with dates going
Oh.
back 50 years.
Ah, okay. How many gold pieces, roughly, does it look like?
A good fistful, so probably 40.
Okay. Good fistful.
Hmm. Well, good find, Izzy.
Shall I try grabbing it?
Wait,
I'm feeling uncertain about the
that
prudence of
that
that.
seems like some kind of offering to me.
I mean, either that or someone just did the same as us and has left something to come back for. But given it's what you say 50 years ago, they're probably not going to come back for it.
Well, look at that tree over there. Maybe it will know something. Hey, tree.
Uh,
Whose is this gold? I will shout at the shifty tree.
I don't like.
Just boughs just kind of creak as you address it directly.
Once for yours, twice for taking it.
It doesn't respond.
It was a long shot.
Well, 40 gold is nothing to sniff at. I think maybe we should take and run. I mean, tree's big and not easy to kill or fight, but they're not super quick. You know, we could probably just grab and run.
What are your thoughts on this, Flora?
Well, I'm none too certain. I'm still not convinced that this is just some kind of wayward gold sitting here.
I'm wondering. We're still in the Fey Woods.
Yeah, I had that thought as well.
And
Uh,
the axe does say the trees, not the tree. The trees are.
the tree's definitely evil. Well, maybe not evil, but it's definitely not just a tree, right? We we know this, but we can grab gold and run. Is only tree. Even if grows legs, I mean, we can outrun easy.
Maybe it has friends.
I mean, even if all trees, I mean, we can still make.
I mean, you two might be able to run, but I got little legs, and I would imagine a tall tree is going to be able to outpace me.
Yeah,
I gotta agree with Fulgar on this one. I'm not overly keen on, having to run away from a tree.
yeah. Well, I suppose. However, goddess of chance. When she throws good luck in your path, it seems churlish not to take it sometimes, you know?
Well, I tell you what, you want to take it, you go ahead, and we'll deal with whatever comes out of it. But at the end of the day, do you want to risk fighting another tree, given what you've just said your last experience was, for 10 gold pieces?
I mean, well, when you put it like that. But if we always think like this, we stay home and we be,
We
you know,
poor.
yeah, we just sow things for a living. I grow vegetables, you know?
Hey, pumpkin soup is pretty good.
Yeah, no complaints from me, but equally, if I decide to stay home and make pumpkin soup, you'll be out here on your own. Probably crushed by ogre.
I mean, that's true. Tell you what, how about you give us a head start, and then you grab the coins?
That sounds fair. You take horse, you start off to the east, don't go too far, you know, you need to catch up. And Fulgur, you want to make small head start too, and me and Izzy will grab gold and make a
Yeah,
run for it.
I won't get on lamb chop, but I'll kind of like stay a few paces behind.
Hey,
Kind of keep
Yeah,
my
he's
eye
gonna walk.
between both of them.
Yeah, he's gonna walk up to Lizzie, give her a little fucking like punch on the arm, like a friendly one. Just be like, "Come on, Izzy, just like old times.
Right.
Grab the gold and run."
Okay. Be on your toes. I would like to bonus action Fearless Athlete. And yeah, then I get carry, push, drag, and lift twice as much weight, and distance of long and high jumps boosted by 10, and advantage on dexterity checks. Right. Okay. I'm gonna grab the gold.
hey, hey! No stealing from the Sealy court.
I
Well,
did ask if it was anybody's gold, and nobody claimed it.
Well, you hadn't touched it at that point.
I only touched
yeah.
it because nobody claimed it.
You touched it to line your pockets.
Well, it's gold. It's what it's
Because
for.
nobody
You know?
claimed it. Unclaimed
Gold is
gold.
not gold is not for tree stump.
No, the gold is for the ruler of the Sealy court, and now you owe taxes.
No, we
Do
don't.
taxes happen to equal exactly what in bag?
The taxes happen to equal 1 gold piece minted this year.
Let me check one second. Yeah, he's gonna look in his pockets. Are any of my gold pieces minted this year?
Yes, you were in the last town. They're near the mint. They would have new coinage.
Well, I have one fresh shiny gold piece right here,
That's one.
Mr.
Three,
Fayman.
3 more, but they don't have to be minted this year. And fairy woman, I'll have you know. Though
Oh,
I wouldn't expect an orc to know that we don't extend into your realm. I doubt you've had too many encounters with fairies before.
well, not directly, no, but I have met a few Fae in my time, and well, I know you don't lie, so
No,
you know,
we don't lie.
fair tax, 1 gold piece each, right?
One
That's what
gold
you're
piece
saying.
each. And we won't
Yeah,
wake the
well,
tree up.
that sounds like a fair deal, and we can keep a bag of gold. Is old, so old.
We don't lie. Doesn't mean we're stupid.
Does that mean no? We cannot keep gold.
Yes, you're
No.
getting the point. But
No.
paid your taxes, and we won't have to curse you. So you can go unless we have other business that you're interested in.
How bad is curse?
Mm, how bad is the weather on a stormy day?
Depends on your perspective and what you're trying to do.
Yes,
Well,
I
if you
hear the
want,
ducks love it.
if you want, I can curse you and you'll find out. It tends to have slightly different effect on different people.
Like
I
a
hear?
permanent curse, or like a take a couple of days off in the tavern little curse?
Uh,
Just so we know, you know.
That pause doesn't fill me with confidence.
it's as powerful as it needs to be. You can hear
Mm,
them.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout, like in their general direction. What is this about taxes? Would we be having to pay taxes if they hadn't touched that bag?
No, we only get summoned when someone disturbs the treasure trove.
I mean, that's
yeah,
not
no, it
much of an
it was our
economic
bad,
system.
Fulgur. Sorry.
Nice little
Well,
racket they've got going
you
here.
see, the thing is that the portal between our realms isn't always open, and that there bag of gold happens to be the keystone needed to open this end. So we don't know anyone is here until you go to take our gold.
Is it
Why
you
would
tried to rip off
someone?
a toll booth?
Oh, I mean, what is purpose of this? Who make gold bag summon pixie for road tax? This is strange system.
Well, you have a very limited comprehension of what's real, dear orc.
Well,
Why do you want this gold though? It's obviously just sitting there.
Mostly because you have it and the city court doesn't. It's not a case of we want it or need it. It's more a case of we don't want you to have it.
well, it's
Why?
just mean spirited.
Well, that's kind of the point.
You know, the last fae I met were not as mean as you.
Well, them summertime fae are so snotty and stuck up themselves that they wouldn't know a good curse from a hex from a fireball.
You can't do that
Take a
though, right?
step back when I hear fireball.
Oh,
Just so I know how to phrase my next question after this one. Can you do a fireball?
maybe.
Hmm. Well, I tell you what, guys.
Or maybe my sisters
I'll
can.
yeah. No, I mean, I don't want to fight tree. I don't want to get cursed again. Like,
Hey, Yeka. I'm shouting, I'm cupping my mouth. Yeka,
yeah.
ask them about that axe.
Oh, yeah. Pixie Man lady. Uh, X. What's that about?
Hmm. The last person to pick up the gold didn't want to pay his tax, and he cut down the tree that we awoke at the time. Now, we happen to have gone ahead and increased security by planting some more trees in this area, but his damn axe has managed to keep the plant from growing back. I think he called it you.
We take the axe.
Yes, we can take X off your hands. You know, maybe plant will grow back. Then we call it even on the road tax. Maybe you know, we solve your problem.
I tell you what, you can take the axe, but I want to test out my new security first.
So new agreement. We fight your tree and you let us keep X.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
you make compost. One or the other.
Well, yeah. Okay. You know what? That actually sounds like a fair deal. Just the one tree, though.
Just the one.
Yeah, we'll keep this a fair fight. Yeah. You know what? I take back what you said. You're not so bad after all.
I'm gonna turn to Kidak at this point, but like, I think we're gonna be fighting a tree. I think Yeka's just roped us into the entire thing we were trying to avoid.
It's just one tree, guys. Come on. The
Well,
trick is just not let it fall on you.
if we're gonna fight a tree, let's get this over with. He'll walk back, ties lamb chop to another tree far off. All four of us in for this then? Chief sponsor. Yeah, why not? All for you. We won't even cast no spells or nothing.
I mean,
Who
I
needs
hope,
Very
an
good
axe?
of you.
I hope we can still cast spells, because I'm not much of a tree puncher.
Oh, you can cast some spells.
So, Izzy, you want take X or shall I?
At least for trying to fell a tree, I think you could use an axe.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be better than this thing. He gestures at his bow. Yeah. Yeka's gonna grab the axe. Try and yank it out.
Bro.
Okay. So as you pull the axe out of the tree, roll initiative.
Cool.
As the tree behind you starts to crack and crean and start lifting its roots out of the ground, erupting, the earth rumbling, and there's this kind of noise fills the air. Do you want to roll in your doggo who would be here?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, your dog gets to move first.
Okay. Dog is gonna see the tree wake up and, be concerned because he's a dog. And he wheezes on them all the time. He knows it's not gonna be happy. So yeah, I think for now though, he's just going to sort of move wide and jump up on the tree and start barking, like the fallen tree, start barking at the other tree. Just take the dodge action for now.
Okay. He takes the dog action. Izzy.
The dog action.
I am going to cast Shield of Faith Self.
Roll a d20 for me as you have cast magic. $19 is fine. Your spell goes off without a hitch, and you gain your +2 AC from Shield of Fate.
I don't want to do this.
Not giving you a great deal of choice.
I'm gonna go up, shield up, and my luck.
We're aligned tonight. Okay.
And probably miss.
Yes, you miss with a 8. Unfortunately, you miss the oak as it starts to rock towards you. Yeka, you started this fight.
All right. Yep. The
For the moment, it is just an axe. You would need to attune to it to get any of its magical benefits. But
fair enough.
if you want to add a battle axe to your armor, to your inventory, go ahead.
And never know. There we go. Okay. Well, first off, I guess the Yak is gonna try and shoot it because that's what he's good at. Gonna hop up on the stump so he doesn't hit Izzy in the back of the head. Take a shot. I'm assuming the stump doesn't count as high ground enough.
No.
No. Worth checking.
So you hop up on the stump and you loose the arrow from your bow. It wings through the air, sticking straight into a knot on the tree, and it does very little damage. Seems to have simply pierced the bark and gone in rather than actually inflicting any wound upon the creature.
Yep, that doesn't work very well.
Kidak is going to go this way. He goes, I don't know how well our weapons are going to be at fighting a tree, but we'll give it a go. And he's going to dash to here. Fulgar.
I'm going to come up here. I'm going to use my action to dash and scramble up onto the fallen tree so I can get a better eye on what's going on.
Yep.
Did when Izzy cast her Shield of Faith, was there like anything noticeable when she was casting it that
There was an odd shimmer before the spell took its effect.
okay? And that's me. That's all I can do.
Okay. Tree is going to stay where it is, swing down with its branches, attempting to whop Izzy with a heavy blow. Though it misses, glancing off your armor and traveling through the air, a small bird's nest falls onto the ground, and a chirping mother seems to be attending her chicks that are now on the floor. And back to the dog.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the dog, seeing the tree take a swing at Izzy, who he's grown quite fond of, is going to tear off towards it. No. How much movement does he get? Gets quite a lot, isn't it? 40. Yeah. 30, 35, 40. He's going to swing in round the back and try and grab a stick. Because it comes naturally. Oh, I don't suppose I'm getting advantage from that positioning, am I?
No.
No. Then it's a spectacular miss.
So he gets a stick, but the stick was on the ground.
Yeah, he just sees a better stick. He just goes for that.
Izzy.
I'm gonna try and get in a bit closer and hack away at it some more.
Okay, you use an axe, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's slashing. 11 is good. You find your target. There's not enough force on it to do any more than superficial damage. Yeka.
All right. Yeka's gonna drop his longbow, sensing it's totally useless, and he's gonna pull out his axe and run up next to Izzy and have a swing. Oh, gone to the thing. Oh well, I guess I'll just use a scimitar then. Great. I should be getting advantage from this positioning though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
That hit.
23.
And
Ignore the +2.
The first heavy blow against the tree, it rears back, dropping squirrels and acorns all over you, just readying a big heavy club to come down with the largest branch on top of it. Kidak, in the meantime, is going to dash forward and swing with his pick. Not going to do much, but it's all he's got. Unfortunately, he doesn't do enough to be able to get through with the piercing weapon is just glancing off the hard wood. Fulgar.
Okay, I'm going to come up to there and not doing an action yet. I have a plan, but I'm going to say, like, everybody back away a little bit. There's more than one way to fell a tree.
Okay. And then the tree carrying its swing through down onto Yeka because it already wound up, rolls out.
With disadvantage.
Why? Tell me
Because
why.
the dog is using his reaction to jump up, and it's grabbing a part of the tree, and it's using its defender ability to give it disadvantage while it attacks anyone but the dog.
And that means that a 15 doesn't hit. So it kind of whiffs wide and it kicks mud and dirt up into the air, filling the area with this thick, dusty, soily cloud, kind of slightly tingling the edges of your eyes. It comes to the dog's response.
Yeah, he's gonna like worry at the tree that he's got hold of, try and rip it off. That's a 21. A 7.
Peers away, a big long strip of bark hanging out of his mouth that kind of crumbles away to nothing, but it's exposed some of the heartwood of the tree beneath it.
And if it says if it's a creature, it needs to make a strength save or be knocked prone. It doesn't say anything about it needing to be medium sized, but it seems a bit ridiculous that a dog could knock over a tree.
I'm gonna house roll that and say it's be medium sized.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, medium or smaller. Okay, so Izzy.
Easy.
Sorry, I didn't myself. Would that be at an advantage? I'm gonna just keep going with the axe.
Yes. 16 hits. That's 4. That's good. So you're starting to break through the barrier of the tree now. It's getting a little bit more ragged and more aggressive in its actions.
All right, yeah, because got it going on with his axe. But yeah, he heard Fulgus shout, so he's gonna look at him and he's like, "How far do you want us to back away?"
Enough.
Mm,
I'm
right,
doing
you are.
stretches.
All right. Well, Yaka's gonna take another swing.
20 hits. That's
20
slashing.
for 8. And then he's going to use his action surge and disengage.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Back up.
Right. Kidak is going to take your advice and he is going to disengage and back up. Dwarf, so he gets 25. He'll get back here on top of the log. Fulgar.
Yep. I step up to the tree. Do the best way to do this. Up there, and I crack my knuckles. I'm like webbing my fingers together, bit in each hand, and I'm casting Burning Hands.
All right, roll your attack.
So it needs to make a dex save, I think. A DC 12 dex save. 8 fire on a fail, 4 on a success. Shit. And
Oh, so it whoosh up and the flame catches really well going up the tree. I'm guessing you want to turn that so that it's...
yeah, like it's from me. I was
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. You can
avoid
hit the
the dog.
tree and avoid the dog. I'll give it to you because it's the dog. So 8, which is done very well as the wood starts to burn off on the tree. Then it, in response, still trashing with its flame. Oh, I also need you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh, yep, I forgot about the fizzle. 7.
There's a fizzle, but nothing happens. And the tree is going to trash out wildly and miss you. And then the dog is going to keep worrying the now on fire tree.
No, the dog's probably going to disengage from the burning tree. Because fire is scary.
Away.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to run right away, but he's going to back away a bit. But he is going to bark at it loads.
Okay, Izzy.
I'm going axe first into the most scorched, crispy bit that I can see.
All right, roll your attack. 22 hits, 9 slashing. That's good.
Okay.
Nothing else I can do.
Do you want to smite?
I can't.
Oh, fair enough.
No.
Oh no, because
I would
last time you
like
spelled a
to.
spell. The pixie come back. It's like, okay. Enough. You've won your axe. Leave my tree, and I can tend to its wounds.
Right you are.
But yeah, I'll start patting out some of the fire that's like on the trunk in front of me.
How badly blunted is my axe?
No, it's not. It's like the axe did well against a tree.
Expecting it close.
Well, I think that went quite well, everyone. Definitely worth 40 gold, wouldn't you say, Fulgar? Huh? Huh?
Alright, Yeka, you got me. At least I didn't have to outrun a tree.
We still keep the
Yeah.
coin, but you can have the axe.
Oh, well, win some, lose some, I suppose.
In that case, no, it wasn't worth it, Yeka.
It's a very nice axe. Look at this.
I mean, it's a mighty fine axe, but
I
it's
tell you
not.
what. How about this? You can keep axe.
I believe that axe is about as tall as I am.
Yeah, well, you're a big, strong boy, eh? He's gonna
Yeah.
hand you the axe.
Yeah, how tall is this axe?
4'3".
So it's just above. It looks like a scythe.
Yeah,
Like,
you're scary now.
you can keep the axe, Yuka.
What is dwarf without axe, you know?
I've got.
Well, I'm a merchant, but
Oh,
I
sorry,
see
kid.
your point. I do use a pick.
Yeah, I've already got a mace. You can keep the axe. It was your border.
Yeah, very well. Unless you you want easy. No, okay.
Well, if you're going to use it, keep it.
I don't know. Like now, I am holding it. It seems awfully unbalanced. You know, I've gotten so used to using this. This thing. It's holding its scimitar. You know, it's just like an axe. It feels like I'm always about to fall over when I swing with it. You know.
Well, okay. For sure.
Also, I only have very high dexterity, see, so X is not good for me.
I will gladly accept giant rune axe.
I may look big, but these muscles all for show.
I will flex slightly. Might not.
Well,
Okay.
our business is concluded. You just have to pay your taxes.
Oh, yeah, of course. My bad, guys. I'll get this one. Yeah, hands over 4 gold pieces.
Thank you.
I'll cover my own.
Nice dealing with you. Hopefully you'll have no more crossings with the Sealy Court. Stay out of the mushroom rings.
Yeah, we actually kind of worked that one out ourselves.
That
But
was
it's nice to have it confirmed.
Maybe you are sharper than the average marble.
Yeah,
I'm
out of
certainly sharper than
curiosity,
the average.
what would happen were we to go into one of those mushroom rings?
Depends what one you go into, but generally speaking, nothing good.
What if
Unless, of
we
course,
disrupt the
you
ring
want.
first?
Well, one or another, you're going to wake up the Bogles. And unless you're interested in collecting a bunch of sticky or really slimy slime, I'm not entirely sure why you'd want to do that. They don't have the same poise and pizzazz as us pixies.
How sticky is this slime? I mean,
You ever heard of sovereign glue? It works like sovereign
No.
glue, but for 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah, it could actually be kind of useful, you know?
Yeah, that could have its applications.
Mostly they use it to stick to the backs of people and then eat them in.
I mean, maybe that's what I want to use it for, eh? You think of that?
I mean, some people pay money for that.
Yeah. Especially in Spice City, eh? That's what I've heard.
Solids or clicks her fingers and each pop out of existence 2 seconds or so apart.
Yeah, well, I guess I take that as a compliment coming from Faye, right? Right?
I didn't get to ask them what happens if you eat the mushroom and the mushrooms are.
Yeah, I was getting to that as well. But
Oh,
Well, you know, no spoilers.
what does she mean by solid?
I think she means us.
the
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fleshy, you know. Flesh bags.
can't just do that. Finger click, gone. Poof.
I mean, I've seen some fleshy people do the finger thing and then end up like 30 feet away from me. They didn't.
I mean,
seem
to be honest, I have never
casual.
tried. Hang on. Let me
Start
try.
clicking.
Yakka's gonna like really concentrate really hard and close his eyes and click his fingers.
Yeah, what
Did
happened?
did I teleport? Oh!
Yeah, what in Mumbo's name has happened to you?
I don't know. You are both so and all the trees too.
Craning my neck to look up.
Oh, Yeka, you said you could speak giant, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Where
My mother taught me
where exactly did you learn to speak giant?
oh well, you know, my mother when I was not being included in all the orc child games, you know, like eat the face off the slave and whatnot. I was she taught me some you know some runes and little bits of history and whatnot, and she taught me some giant and some good carvings too. She always said to be useful in kind of a mysterious way, but never really explained.
Those ruins happen to do with a story of, you know, a young boy growing up to be 10 times his original height.
Um, well, I mean, there were lots of stories, a lot of allegory, I think. But yeah, I'm yeah, sure. Why? Oh, yeah, no, I see why. I see why you think there's link there of you know you all being very small now. Uh,
I'm gonna nudge Izzy and just kind of under my breath like that howder that we was talking about the other night is looking a bit more likely. Oh wait, never mind.
oh, oh, congratulations, everyone! You have recovered. Well, that was highly unusual.
Narrowing my eyes at you.
uh, I am. I'm
You
going to
feeling
pretend like
okay?
this didn't happen, and I'd appreciate it if you all could do the same until I work out how I did that. Fingers again. No, okay, it's not that.
Maybe you gotta feel it, Yeka. You gotta concentrate. Click your heels together 3 times.
I just hope it does not happen while having stressful dream.
Or a civilized dinner.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to do some thinking. This has all been very eye-opening, and yeah, I will let you know what what I think when I think about it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever asked. I mean, we have only met recently, but you're half walk, aren't you? Do you know what the other is?
Oh yeah, no, he's a big human gentleman. Uh, I met him one time, but not very long. It was quite hard, tribes at war and all that. But yeah, no, I've not seen him since. It has been many years, maybe 10.
Did you big human gentleman or just a big gentleman?
Oh no, a human, one of those guys.
Just
I'm pretty sure.
how big?
Um, I mean, well, when I was child, he seemed like giant, but everyone seemed like giant. He goes by name of Vorak.
I don't know much about
I'm
humans or
confident he was
giants.
not giant. My mother assured me. Although now I am not so sure. But then surely I would be big all time.
Yeah.
Maybe you just haven't grown into it yet.
And then to shrink back down again?
No, I think this is something else. I think this is maybe. I must do some thinking. Maybe some experiments. Anyway,
Some more finger clicking.
we must get move on before this tree decides it doesn't like us again.
Just make sure to not click your fingers in rooms with low ceilings.
Yeah, well, don't play any boppy music.
Okay. Well, shall we carry on now that our toll for this not road has been paid?
Yeah, definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, I guess we got an axe and some exercise.
So,
Hey, you got to take your revenge on the tree.
before we
Yeah.
head on, let's go ahead and do a little bit of house cleaning, Izzy. You get a +1 battle axe, and it has the additional
Ooh.
effect of if you are fighting a plant monster, and I'll tell you when you're fighting a plant monster, so you don't have to ask with every monster that comes up. And you hit, it automatically does max damage.
Ooh. Okay.
And
Cute.
it costs you an attunement slot. For those of you who don't know, if an attunement slot item, get 3 of them in total. You can swap them in and out on a short rest, one at a time. Carry on for a little bit further. Eventually, you arrive in the town of Honeywell. You're coming in from the northwest road. Well, how about you go and explore the town, and I'll head down into the center and see about finding myself a carpenter or a new cart.
Hmm.
It looks like there's
Well,
a tap house here, but there's a few people. Maybe we spend a few days to recover some trees.
well, it is sleepy town, but maybe can find some work. I can, chop logs or, maybe repairs. Or maybe I can work out why I randomly grew to twice my size today for no reason.
Perhaps you will get things off the tall shelf.
He cuts slightly withering glance. I'm glad
Sure,
this is
do
all
that.
a joke to you.
Look at me, Yika. Everything's over my head.
All right. I forgive you, Fulgar. I stay angry at you. Anyway,
Anyway,
let's go tavern. Let's go get drink.
yeah, that'd be our first stop too. Get a drink, maybe get some luncheons.
Like a plan. Pretty tough.
You travel down into the town, and you pass a half-harvested field on one side. The rest of it looks like it needs to be planted. There's a statue of a man riding a horse with a lance in one hand, and on the tip of the lance has been tied a long, multicolored ribbon that is now flapping in the wind. But opposite you is this little squat tap house. It looks like it has one level. Sorry, it looks like it has two levels, but the second one has got quite a steep roof for when the weather gets cold in these areas. Off in the river, there's a few boats, and halflings are casting nets out into the water. It looks like they're pulling maybe salmon or some fish that is meandered up the river. You're too far away to make out the distance, but the sign above it in bright blue letters on a white background reads Gwen's Tap House. On entering the place, it's fairly busy. There's three people in here. There's only a couple of tables, and there's a little halfling woman behind the counter. She greets you as you come in. Goes, "Oh, hello, new customers. I haven't seen you in town before. Are you traveling merchants? Or, judging by your weapons, traveling caravan guard?"
Suppose. Today we are caravan guard. We came in with Mr. Kidak. Maybe you have heard of him.
Oh, Kidak! I've heard of Kidak. He stays here from time to time. The gem merchant from further north, right? Right, not
Yeah,
Kidak.
yeah.
Doc.
He has employed us to guard him down to the coast.
I assume you've been on the road for a few days then.
Yeah,
You want a hot cooked meal, some beers.
that sounds great. One for me, one for all my friends, and one for dog.
The beer or the food? Or both?
Both.
Okay. No problem.
He would never forgive me if I drank without him.
That'll be meals for three. Meal for the dog. I'll try that in for free. 3 silver, please.
Yeah, girl, hand over 3 silver.
And so you got this nice but quite dry tasting barley beer. Food is brought out to a table, and it's like some kind of sausage stew with a lot of kind of barley oats have been stirred into it to thicken it up. It's not amazing food, but it's warm and it's hearty, and it's been handed to you.
Mm.
I quite like this. I was getting a little tired of curry.
Yeah, this is good, wholesome food, man. I like. You have bread?
We do. If you're going to be here for another half hour, I could put a fresh loaf into the oven for you and bring some out. If not, I have some left over from this morning. It might be a little bit stale, but it will still taste good.
Yeah, dipped in stew, it will be fine.
Yeah, not a problem.
That will do. Although we will be here for a few days, maybe. we have problem with cart. Kidek, go find, woodworker man.
Well, we have single rooms available. They're 2 copper a night per person, but we'll let your dog sleep wherever he wants for free. Bit of an animal
he
lover.
behave well.
Oh, he seems it. And if all things come to it, he's big enough for me to ride him as a mount. We get a
Yeah, I think same.
we get a little bit rowdy in here from time to time, but everything normally calms down by midnight, so you should be able to get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that works for me. Just while we are in town, you know anywhere we can make few coin?
Oh, I've actually heard a little something. Maybe a week ago now, some adventuring types came through here. They left a note, and they were claiming they were going to look up some secret locked vault that long ago had been locked away, but they'd now found clues to the combination of. Can't have been the wisest of folks if they've left it here, but I'd be willing to part with it for 20 gold pieces.
So you want to charge me 20 gold pieces for a box no one can open?
For a note that the original owners of claims it was the combination to a box no one can open.
And what is provenance of this note? I mean, where it come from? Was drunk scribble?
3 adventurers who were wearing Blackfield mercenaries uniforms.
This far out? I have not heard of them in a while.
Yeah, they're dotted up and down the coast.
Well, good on them, I guess. I don't know, guys. What you think? 20 gold for kind of dubious potential payday?
So
I mean,
a dark
how
skin.
did you get this?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I got them all liquored up before they went out. Now, Chusha and courage and all that. And they said, well, they didn't need it anymore because they had the answer. That if I wanted to sell it on to someone else, they wouldn't be opposed to some people trying to chase him down. Make for an interesting, well, race. They seemed pretty confident they'd be able to find whatever they were looking for. Entrance to somewhere called the Skyless Temple?
Skyless Temple. Is it maybe underground?
Yeah, there is.
Or it's just name?
There's an old
Sounds
legend
like
in this place that long before Honeywell was ever put together by the first halflings to move into this area, that there was a kind of citadel of sorts swallowed up by an earthquake. When it went down with all of treasure in the throne room.
And must be a reason why all local boys have not gone and taken treasure, right?
Well,
What else is down there?
Generally, not too many of us, other than the hunters, like going into the Fey Forest. Seems like a way that you're going to get yourself killed.
It's not so safe.
We had a run in with a couple of pixies in a tree on our way here.
That
It
sounds
was
about
very
right.
angry tree.
Yeah. A black woman in the corner will pipe up. She goes, I've heard about this rumor before. Now, if you happen to be in the need of quickest hands in just about any of these parts, you're going plundering runes for treasure, I might be interested in coming along if you are willing to pay the fee for some very fine mercenary work.
Hmm.
It'd be 50 gold up front. I get an equal cut of whatever we take. And I'll come fight by your side. Any locks you may encounter in such a place, I can guarantee I would be more than capable of opening them.
I mean, 50 gold is a lot of money.
Well,
Yeah, and on top of 20 gold just for the slip of paper.
This is getting very expensive.
tell you what. 30 gold, and you pay for the slip of paper. And then that way you can say, I paid for the slip of paper.
Well, I have 9 gold pieces.
I have 17. I'll put in a
Just,
got
to put it in perspective, we are not the rich traders you think we are. I don't know why you're trying to fleece us, but
Well, maybe you go and speak to that there Kidak you said you was traveling with. Maybe he
he's
wants to
already
fund
paying
this.
us. I mean,
Alright.
it's worth a shot asking Kidak if he wants a cut of this.
yeah, he might be interested. Surely
mean,
there will be
he's a
some magic doodads in there.
well, and he's a jeweler. If all this throne room treasure's down there, there's sure to be some jewels.
Yeah. I mean, what's a crown without a few jewels, right?
Yeah, exactly.
This does seem right up his alley.
Yeah, I think perhaps we finish our meal, our drinks, and go see Kidak, or he might be meeting us here if he's done with the carpenter.
Well, I'm Tyner. I'll be here for quite a while. If you change your mind, you let me know. 50 gold and you've got yourself the most honest thief in the land.
Well, does sound like interesting idea. You can join if you like. We can chat.
Yeah, I'll join you. Pleasure to meet you.
I am Yeke.
Yeah.
Is it a pleasure to make your acquaintance?
Ah,
This is Volga.
well,
And dog. Don't forget dog.
who could forget someone so big? She'll root in her pocket, take out like a small handful of knuckle bones and give some of them to dogs.
Well, he's like chomping the crap out of those, and then he is absolutely won over instantly.
So she'll pull up a chair and join you. Well, I was here when them Blackfield thugs came through. They looked fairly capable, but not particularly well organized. However, it is my understanding that they were sent here by Blackfield. Probably something to what they were doing.
Well, Blackfield is not in habit of sending guys on wild goose chase, you know.
So, we'll
They
make
I have-
seem so
Pardon? Easy?
If they were so confident, though, won't they have already found this box and cracked it open and be on their way before we can catch up?
Yeah, how long ago were they in here that they relinquish this piece of paper.
For a week?
I mean,
A
that's
week's head start.
yeah, a mighty fine head start.
Mind you, if they've been gone week and they have not come back, maybe
That's-
they did not make it.
That's my thinking. There ain't town around here for quite a long ways. And if they were going to be having a whole treasure bag with them, you'd think they would have come here and bought some horses. Maybe easier.
And from sounds of it, sunken is likely not devoid of danger. They would need to rest and recuperate for sure.
I reckon there's an awful lot of goblins around here. Reports coming back in from the hunters folk and maybe this is where the goblins coming from.
I mean, we did a report about a goblin encampment of about 80 strong.
I think Little Goblin exaggerate,
Oh,
but
no,
they
I
did
know
have
he
bigger and probably more.
She looks a little bit
They are
nervous at the mention of the word ogre. But I don't know. Ogre's pretty scary, but I have a big strong orc and a very big strong golden-eyed human.
We call it Easy.
Yes. Well, it's
She's one of kind.
mighty fine to meet you.
Well, I'm quite pleased at that. One of a kind. Take that as a compliment. Yeah, we've dealt with ogres before. Not a
I mean, we dealt with an ogre that was being used as a cart, but it's
So-
all the same.
battle ogre.
How confident are you that Kit is gonna pony up the dough to pay for my services?
I mean, you do not be successful merchant by handing out willy-nilly, but he is man willing to take risk for big payday. I think if we can, I mean, it seems like a good plan to me. I think you will see some fit in it too. It's not foregone conclusion, but we have
I
good chance.
I tell you what, then, I will pay the discount off Gwen. We'll take a look together, see if we can't figure it out. We'll just go exchange the coin, hold on to it. But I got your word before I do this. Should Kidak agree, I get an equal cut of whatever we find, and 30 gold for my retainer of my.
Seems fair to me. Easy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ogre?
no
I don't have
from
a
me.
problem with that.
Okay. So she puts a note onto the table that you can all see. Should appear at the top of your journals marked mysterious note.
It's just list of numbers and strange words. Is right and in its place. What does this mean?
Want to say of the 7, 5, 2, and 9, one of them is the correct number and where it belongs in that series of 4.
Oh, I see. It's like puzzle.
I mean,
But what numbers mean? Are they key to some trap, some puzzle in temple, or?
well, let's see. Gwen said it was a combination, so I'd imagine it's some kind of lock.
That's what they said. Said it was a combination to get them through the door. So I'm assuming that find this Scala's Temple, which drunkenly they claimed is in a cave to the south of here. There aren't too many caves to the south of here. I'll give you directions to that at least. Maybe talk to the town letter worker. He knows these caves as well as anybody else does. Be a hunter before he lost his leg. And that cave, you'll find a door. And that door will need a code. These are the clues to that code. Men tend to talk to a priest when you fill them full of beer.
Yak is just staring intensely at the note.
Well,
You see the cogs in his brain turning.
Okay,
Which
so out
looks
of the
painful for an orc.
series, if one is right and in its place, and then the one is right but it's in the wrong place, then it can't be the 7 or the 5 correct out of the first, because then 2
Yes.
would be right.
I have been
So,
reading.
The
I think
2 will be
7 and
9.
5 definitely not. I think 9 definitely is the right one. I think 0 also is definitely right one. But they are not first 2 numbers, or certainly not in that order. Could be 0, 9, maybe. We see. 0 is not third number. 0 is not last number. So therefore it is 0, 9. Or at least 0 is first number. 0 is first number. I make breakthrough.
Well, while our party stays around the table, attempting to figure out the combination for that door, we will leave them for tonight, and we will pick up at the same time next week. Remember, if you happen to follow us on YouTube, just hit that button for us. I hope you have a wonderful evening and everybody stays safe.